course, one of the most frequent injuries is a bump or a bruise, and that's going to happen quite a bit. We, of course, have ice packs that you can treat a bump or bruise. Those are provided at the first aid tables. If it's a head injury, just go ahead and call the parent or the emergency contact and let them know what the injury was and where it happened, so that they can take care of it how they want. Whenever you have a student with a cut or scrape, you make sure to take precautions and keep gloves on your hands. We do, of course, want the soap and water is best. Have the child wash the area that was scraped. If they need assistance, of course, put the gloves on and help. We do have the antiseptic. We have ice packs, bandages, of course, anything you might need. If you think the laceration is deep enough that it may require stitches, you should always call their parents. And from there, they can seek the medical attention they need. If you have one of your students with a bloody nose, you want to always make sure that you take a tissue and make sure that your hands are covered with gloves. Gloves are provided at the first aid desk or in the nurse's office. Have the child take the tissue and pinch their nose with their head staying 90 degrees. So go ahead and pinch your nose. There you go. Anytime you're dealing with bodily fluids, you always want to have gloves on. That is very important. If the bloody nose is persistent, just continue to put a clean cloth and continue to check on it. But the student should be able to get it stopped on their own. If a student comes to you who thinks they have a fever, we do have a thermometer at the first aid station. You're going to want to take the thermometer and make sure that it's covered in the sheath. You just simply put it through the back and it just peels away. This is, of course, to prevent transferring any other illness to another child. You just simply place under the tongue, as my assistant is demonstrating for us. Close your mouth. Temperatures of 100. We do call home and they must go home to rest. If you have a student that's complaining of a headache, one of the most common causes of headaches, especially in the summertime, is dehydration. So make sure that they have plenty to drink. Try that first. Make sure you get plenty to drink, Alex. Ask them if they had lunch or breakfast. That's also sometimes a cause of the headache. At summer school, we don't have the option of giving any Tylenol or Advil or anything else. If you feel that they are persistent about the headache, you can take their temperature, make sure they're not sick, and last resort, call home and let them know that they're not feeling well. If you have a student come to you that is complaining about maybe a fall or injury where they can't move, a lot of times the wrist, the elbow, having trouble walking, if you see that something's very swollen, maybe the child is holding their arm in a splint, these are all signs that they might have broken a bone, in which case you don't wrap, you don't treat. That's a definite call home. You cannot tell just by looking if a bone is broken. So we do make sure that we call, and the parent needs to come immediately and take the child for medical treatment. That is not something we treat here. Any student with asthma will carry their own inhaler, or the teacher will have the inhaler, and they will also have their own emergency care plan. The asthma inhaler will be with the student in their class in the same bag provided with their emergency care plan, and you'll get that the first week of class. My friend Elliot here is going to talk about how he uses his inhaler. How do you feel when you need your inhaler?
Well, I feel I'm heavy breathing, and when I breathe, it makes noise, which is called wheezing.
Okay.
And I cough a lot. So the first step is you have to take the little piece,
Okay.
your inhaler, you have to take the cap off and shake it a bit, about 5 seconds maybe. And then
Okay.
you have to take the spacer and connect it to the spacer. And you have to open up the spacer cap, and then you have to put your mouth on it. I do 2 puffs, but other people may do 4, so I put my mouth on it, I puff, I breathe in, I exhale, and then I breathe in, exhale again, and then I wait 1 minute, and then I redo that same thing, and then
each child may have a different amount that they need, and that will be on their emergency care plan. But just look for signs of hard breathing or wheezing.